Ensometer, and today I have some pages that I to share with you guys for a Downton Abbey swap. Now I am massively I love the show. I love period pieces. I love Victorian era shows and costume pieces and all that stuff. It's crazy, Shakespeare, all that stuff, and Downton Abbey is just too freaking cute. So I entered the swap, and I have to admit, way above my capabilities and my abilities. So I apologize profusely to the other people that participated. It took me forever to do them. And in all actuality, I did them, and then I redid them, and then I had my mommy help me, because I can't sew, but I was so excited for the theme, and I think I just completely botched it up, and it's bad enough that I botched it up, and the other swappers had to wait for me to get my stuff together. It's a hot mess. I think it's not my favorite project. Not to lessen it, I'm pretty sure that my addition to this will be mirrored in just inability, and it's pretty sad. And I'm pretty sure that the other participants made magnificent things, because they are magnificent crafters, and I try to step out of my comfort zone and do more, and I really have to pace myself. Baby steps, baby steps. So we had to make, and they were supposed to be all fabric. For the first time ever, I used Fabri-Tac, which nobody told me. I think I just became for a moment, like a crackhead or something, because that stuff is putrid and reeks to hell. It reeks. In all honesty, nobody told me. If somebody would have told me, I would have not used it. But I didn't want to use hot glue because they were sewn, and like I said, I had my mom make some new ones. I only have like scraps of fabric to show you guys with what I used, due to the fact that they were made over and over and over. But I did use this stack, and this is by DCWB, and they're adhesive fabric sheets, and yeah, we're supposed to use fabrics and everything, so you guys know I don't sew. So, but these were pressed on muslin, on torn muslin, and then they were ironed to make sure they adhered. So hopefully they don't fall apart and I don't make the situation worse than it is. So I have to tell you guys, I did find, although I don't sew or quilt or anything, I do know the sewing stores and the quilting stores. I did find this fabric, and it's official Downton Abbey fabric. They have several different prints. Most of them were more of a floral and darker prints and more of tapestry almost. And I don't know the maker, I don't know the brand. I just know that I was looking for a fabric store and for something, and this one came up online in Las Vegas. So I clicked on it, and then and it said, new Downton Abbey fabrics. I'm like, okay, I have to have some. And the swap was with creams, muslin, and fabric, and cotton, or whatever. I think I just totally botched this up. Oops, excuse me. And hopefully I didn't make too much of a mess. But I did use this fabric. It wasn't cheap, but it's just gorgeous. I really wanted to use this. And I also used, and this is the last piece that's left, and I bought this from Elise, and she is Lacey46, and she does have an Etsy shop, but I bought this from her a long time ago, and she would post things on her videos and everything, and this is actually Ladies Diary, Graphic 45 Ladies Diary fabric, and it's printed just like the paper. The rest of it is in actual little pieces, and like I said, I had to redo it. So it's this part, just like the print on the paper, and then it has the clocks and all of that with the flowers and everything. So I used that. I'll just leave this fabric here. So let me show you what they look like before. And if I'll move my little device here. This is what they look like prior. This one is mine. I didn't finish it because I wanted to show what it looked like bare. So like I said, I redid it, and it was a horrible mess. And so I had my mom help me with these, and she made these. But this is the fabric. As you can see, the Graphic 45 Ladies Diary. And this is the fabric. And I cut the fabric to make sure that there was one full right in the middle of the Downton Abbey, where it takes place and everything. So that's what it looks like, and let me show you what they came out. So, ladies, fellow participants, you don't have to use the ones I made. Feel free to I made it to the point that you can take them apart. I like making stuff and having it be functional or use it for other stuff, like my Valentine's project, the pouches and everything. So you could take a lot of this stuff off and reuse it. So first of all, and the funny thing is, I should have used this project as a project for One Littlte Dreamer, because all of the trims that I used were from One Littlte Dreamer, all of them. Except for some of the laces that were from my stash, but generally all of it is from One Littlte Dreamer. This is from One Littlte Dreamer, you guys, and I will put the link to the exhibit shop here below. This lace is from my stash, but this is from right here, from this one, and this is also from One Littlte Dreamer. This one is the peacock trim, this is the Forget Me Not trim, and here is some other trims that I had in my stash. So on this side is the Ladies' Diaries, and this is... let me take this off. Like I said, most of these things are on here, and you can take them off, so you can use on projects, hang them from something, whatever. Because like I said, it's not my favorite project, and I do feel sorry that I'm sending these out to people. But this is from One Littlte Dreamer, and like I said, that's the bottom of this piece right here. I have these little charms that I hung right here with the rhinestone. I wanted to have that be the background, and then all of this stuff just kind of flourishing out, and you can put whatever you want on there. Now, this flower I made with tons of rosettes, also from Aarti's shop, One Littlte Dreamer. This is wool felt that I die cut, this huge pearl, and then, of course, I folded it like that Vicky flower, but I put lace in between the petals, the rosette petals, and this is the leaf trim from One Littlte Dreamer. Seriously, this should have been a One Littlte Dreamer design team project, but I totally wanted to use all of those trims. So that's this side. And this flower, I just put one of these little vintage garment pins, so you could take it off and put it on whatever, and it has some seam binding that I crinkled up myself. I think this is an eggshell. I don't know the color exactly, because I buy a lot of it in whites and creams to dye myself. So anyway, so that's this side, and like I said, I used Fabri-Tac, and that thing reeked horribly. I do not ever want to use that again. But somebody was telling me this other one to use, which doesn't stink, so I have to go buy that. So on the back, and this is the page that has the Downton Abbey fabric, and the I used some of this trim from my stash, which I made to make a little pocket right underneath the castle and everything. And I used this leaf trim from One Littlte Dreamer, just some pearls right here, so I can Fabri-Tac this down and have a little pocket. So you can either put these little tags that I made there, or other things in there. So those are my pages. Very simple, redone severely because I totally messed them up. But let me show you the little tags that I made. So first of all, I had, once again, my mom. So this, how sad, I had my mommy help me cut out a piece of the fabric and just basically did the stitch or the hem, whatever it's called, to make a little tag so you can use it on stuff or whatever that can go in there. But I also put them on this huge other garment pin, so you can use them either here or wherever. So I don't know. But here is, oh, and my character was Maggie Smith. Totally forgot to mention that. Maggie Smith's character, the aunt, and the dowager, countess. So, I'm sorry, I'm trying to make sure I'm focused here. So these are just some images I took, and I printed on that fabric paper. Like I said, I printed on it, and then once I put it on here, and I also, I don't know if you can tell, but I took and distress the actual paper. It took a while because it has the adhesive in the back, and I ripped this muslin, so I distressed it so it looked a little bit more disheveled, and then I printed on this as well, and this quote says, "Vulgarity is no excuse for wit." I just think that's just funny, and I like the look on her face. So this was cut with the Spellbinders, and then I used another little vintage garment pin with this I Am Rose's little crocheted flower, and some little charms right there. So you can use that here. You can use it whatever, however you please. The next one is this one, and this one has her most known quote, which says, "What is a weekend?" If you see the show, you know what it means. And once again, distress that, layered it on here, and then I put the dry iron over it to make sure the adhesive stuck. and this one has a garment pin as well, and just this cherub charm. And I got this one from D shop, and that one is Elegant Embellishments with just some trim for some little lace from my stash. So there's that, and it just, you know, just some tags. They're basically fabric tags. And this one, I think this was my favorite, but because I love food. But this one, once again, the quote on this one says, "Seems a pity to miss such a good pudding." Once again, you have to see the show. And I use this image. I did cut this one out instead of like the other ones where it has a square. I did cut this one out and once again layered it. But I also punctured some little holes, and I put one of those little charms in here, so it looks like she has a choker with a diamond hanging off of that. So those are it, and those are the pages. I will put some like, and they all come like that with the tags, the fabric tags and everything. Like I said, the only one I didn't complete, and that was mine, was so I can show what it looked like in the beginning. So yeah, so those are it. And like I said, most of these trims, most of these amazing bridal trims and everything are available in Aarti's shop, and that's One Littlte Dreamer. I'll make sure in Unzip It, put the link on the description. So yeah, so that's those are, and I'm sending some little laces and whatnot with it. So like I said, this was a swap hosted by Heirloom Anthology. And girls, I am so sorry. Sorry to make everybody wait. And like I said, these are probably nowhere near the fantastic creations that you guys made. So you don't have to use it. Like I said, take the stuff apart, and maybe if you want to use the tags, use them on the page, because I'm pretty sure that mine do not even match your guys's. So anyway, but yeah, so that is, I stepped out of my comfort zone. Next time, baby steps. So yeah, so it's a good thing I don't have like spools and bolts and bolts of fabric and stuff. So because then I would be in trouble. So anyway, so yeah, so that's it, you guys. Thank you so much, and I will, chat you guys soon. Bye, everyone.